Hey everyone, so I wanted to make a very short video, kind of just describing to you in a list specific reasons and specific groups of people that I am targeting with my content and with this podcast. There's a reason why I like to touch on very, very deep subject matters, and I continue to, even though it may not be something everybody relates to, it may not be things people agree on. I was just telling somebody that it's very funny and it's fascinating more so that you can say things that are true, but most people are too scared to admit the truth about themselves, especially when you bring it to the light. When the people around you are all used to being complicit and silent about things, when someone comes around that has the guts to actually bring it to the table and say this is a problem, you often are the black sheep out the bunch. But that's why I do this podcast. I think it's very, very important. And I wish I had someone to do these types of things, which is why I did it. Even with my music, a lot of the things I've done with my music, nobody would have came to my aid had I not just did it myself. So that's why I really, really emphasize the importance of those types of things. And I made a list of things that if you don't fall into this category, that will explain why this podcast is not for you. But I do this podcast because some people know what it's like to be offended by things. Some people know what it's like to feel invisible. Some people know what it's like to be abused emotionally. Some people know what it's like to be insecure. Some people know what it's like to be let down by the ones they trusted the most. Some people know what it's like to be outcasted and shunned. Some people know what it's like to feel ugly. Some people know what it's like to be bullied. Some people know what it's like to be manipulated physically and emotionally. Some people know what it's like to struggle and be judged for it. Some people know what it's like to be deprioritized simply because of who they are not and what they can't offer. Some people know what it's like to be constantly silenced. Some people know what it's like to have their lives and their lived experiences invalidated. Some people know what it's like to be taunted for having the audacity to be ambitious despite their circumstances. And some people know what it's like to be talked down to. These are just a few things that I documented when I was thinking about why do I do what I do? Why do I do a podcast? Why do I show up? Why am I not playing the elusive, invisible, mysterious guy game that a lot of people are participating in? And the more I thought about it, that's when I came up with that list. So if you resonated with any of the things that I mentioned, you're why I do it. I appreciate your time.